Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I hope you are having a wonderful day. And if you are, you can watch a bit of Oni with me. Make your day much better. Or worse, depending on your perspective, I guess. Let's get to it. Want to get that gold volcano tamer finished. Also a copper volcano down there. Might get that done as well. And let's get into this. Aha, we're in. Let's go. Things are happening. Steel is to be made there. Check that out. Oh, yeah, we didn't connect it. Okay, good. This is still chunking away, draining all the heat from down below. I was thinking of modulating these. Maybe we could only turn them on when we need them, but it feels like it's just going to take the heat anyway. Absorb all the heat out of here into the steam, whether or not they're running or not. So I might as well just leave it. Hey, we've got to sort things out. Let's get back to up here. Oh, yeah, that's true. There's a hot patch there and a hot patch there. So once we've cleared this water out, we might be able to sort of seal this off. We can actually pump a vacuum in this section. Then we could rain down all these hot rocks. Straight down into the magma. We could dig all this out. But only if it's a vacuum. I wouldn't want to do that if it's not a vacuum. We're just pumping all this out, making water. Go down, down, down here. Fill up our tanks. Probably overdosed in tanks, but never mind. There's too many tanks. We can get this done. Let's bump this up. We get that done, and this power spine here. And let's come up here and deconstruct another one of those. And yeah, where are we coming down to? We're coming down to this level. So we can pop in another couple of tiles around here. And if we build a road there, we're not going to be able to really faster to actually destroy this floor, strangely enough. Yeah, because if we try and do that, we put a ladder row, say 1, 2, 3, 4, they can reach. If we do a ladder row there, right, then we can delete this and just build straight down, straight down, straight down. So it's going to be a lot faster. Well, that's me. Crikey. Please attack. Must be mowing the lawn out there or something. Yeah, let's get this done. Don't want to let all these nasty gases in here, though. I think it might be a case of kind of bricking this up there as well. Bricked up all this bit. We can just brick it all up to the top. Maybe make ourselves a liquid lock to get in so we don't let any noxious gases in here. Ah, there we go. We could come in here and drop one of these layers off so the water level drops a little. Do all that. Come on. You know you want to get it done. Get it done. Come down here and see what's going on. A couple of these temp shift plates are done. Good job. And I think I'm going to bring that down to there. That overwrite doesn't need to be overwritten. check the temperature of this spiky bit sticking out. Yeah, that's fine. We can deconstruct all of this stuff. Can't tell if I'm... yeah, I am. In that view, it's difficult to tell. And we can dig that bit of spike out. Yeah. That's 7. And we'll drop a ladder, so there. They can dig that piece. Excellent. Nice work. We've got this pumping up to there, which has a much bigger tank than it needed. It could have just been a tiny thing here. We might adjust that later. Not critical right now. We got our bridge in. For some reason I made that out of obsidian. Bridge. Go miles to go and get some, probably. Yeah. Who's idle? Let's pop over next door. Have we got any steel? Have we got any lead over here yet? I'll go over there. Back to here. And see if they've filled that barrel with lead. That's full of lead now. 16 tons of it. So let's add lead to this. There is lead added to this. Has it not sent any for some reason? It's locked. Is it unlocked? That's when it unlocks, isn't it? Yeah, this is when it locks. So I can actually activate it again. Send some lead, please. Give me some lead. The beautiful lead. Because I don't think we can set that to sweep only, because if you set it to sweep only, the sweeper won't take from it, which is odd, considering it's called a sweeper. Back off a bit, that's quite loud. I want to get a load of lead sent over. We can go over to start building something. We'll go power wire. No, we want the heavy watts. Make it out of lead. Down by a couple. For now, they'll all be adjusted. As long as you do it all in one go, stay being lead. Even though you don't actually have enough lead to build it. That's changed to steel. I think it should be lead. There we go. That'll connect to that and that'll go up to space and we'll put a couple of solar panels up there. Means over here in this area we will have a bit of a dig out. Like so. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that should be good. We can put a couple of power transformers here. Now she'll go and get some lead to use. There's a pip. Do we want a pip? Not really. Project. Let's get back over there. I don't want to... I want to put lead here. Send lead over. Lots of lead. We'll need it to build some wires and stuff. But I don't want them constantly refilling this container now. I think I'll just drop the lead there and hopefully it's when that opens next time. I'll open this so that they can fill that. Get out the way. No, thank you. Move that back a bit. And then compare it to that to make sure they're not overlapping. I got a feeling that lead's just going to drop through, isn't it? When that opens. No, when this opens, hang on. There's our automation. This automation opens this door. Doesn't open that door. Good. I just don't want that lead to fall all the way through and disappear. You know, I want it to be in range. We could put a tile there. And then if the door did open, it would just push it back up again when it closed. That would actually work, actually. Yeah, let's do that. I don't think we need this vent here anymore. Oh, that must be a game save. Let's have a drink. That gives them something to build. They might get a bit irradiated when they go up into space without a suit on. Come on, game. You can do it. Deconstruct that vent and put a tile there. Someone would like to come and do it. There you go. So if that becomes a tile, when this door closes, even if stuff does fall down, it will just land on this tile. And when the door shuts, it will get pushed back up to where this motion sensor is. If they build it soon. Please, build it soon. There you go. And this door should shut anyway now. And that vent, that will open, and hopefully it'll send some more lead over next door. Right, good. They've got lots of lead getting brought in. What's on there? Polluted dirt getting sent home. Okay, good. And they get in. Hang on, where is it? It's over here, isn't it? I don't see any steel coming over. Or lead. Some lead here. And there's glass, plastic. They've been running off putting it in here, have they? Early. Done anything? Where that is then? We did send a batch of lead already, I'm pretty sure. And still, there is some lead, not a lot. Go onto there then, and let's put lead onto this screen, on this asteroid. Just so I can see at a glance how much there is. Yeah, there's definitely some here. So good. Alright. Looted's getting sent back. Let's buzz back over here. Right, excellent. Let's nip over this direction. And we've got the volcano there to do as well. We might do something with that. Just get free power and maybe some igneous rock out of it. It seems a waste leaving it up here and doing nothing with it when we can get a bit of power out of it. We've got a cooling loop around here maybe for the gold one. We could have a cooling loop that goes around volcano and a bit far away, but yeah. Copper one, I'm thinking we'll do it in this direction because we've got more space, haven't we? Yeah, we're going to do it over the top of this, so it kind of gives a protection for any falling hot rocks later on. So we'll do this. We're going to make it out of. This will be fine. And we'll come up by 2. Now we can actually build there, can't we? We can cancel those 2. If we do it there, though, we won't be able to put a vent on the edge. I'd rather put a vent there. Do it like that. Cancel 2 there. And we'll run this over there. We'll have to dig the old matey boy up there. 2 in, 2 up. That's the one we don't want to dig. But we can dig all these out. And we'll need another way in because that ladder will be blocked. Do that. This is slightly lesser priority. Mark it as a 6. There we go. Do that. Such things as those. Where's the plastic tube? Here, isn't it? Right, this is done. We've got the liquid dripping back in from there. Water drip back in. We can make it self-cooling by using radiant pipes here and dripping back in. 2 of them should be plenty and it won't overheat. Then you don't need an aqua tuner to keep it cool or anything. We're probably going to run with an aqua tuner anyway because I want to cool this volcano down. Might as well use it. And we can cool that. Them both probably with the same system. I think this is too far away, but yeah, seems too far away, doesn't it? That is now filling up with water to the point where it's going to start overflowing into the other one. Very close. Nearly at 5k. Very close. And we're nearly there. Going down, it's constantly using it at the same time. So 5 tons in there. Starting to fill the next tank. How much have we used out here? Yeah, I think this was a bit ambitious, really. There we go. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep our eye on it. We're using this as the cooling loop for the turbines, but I don't think it'll be cold enough. Well, it will be cold enough. It's just we're not keeping it cold. Like, just drip back in here really hot, and there's nothing here to cool it down again, apart from when the volcanoes are active. At the moment, they're absolutely fine for cooling this down. It's our iron volcano. I can't remember what I was going to do in there. That tile's just going to go back and we'll block it up. Don't know. We'll worry about that in a minute. Might have to redo our pipes and wires and things a little bit. What I want to do around there. Bit of that. This is looking good. Right now we've got to push out the gases in here. Oh yeah. Either pumping a vacuum or filling it with various liquids. If we fill it with various liquids, we're going to need a sweeper to sweep out all the gunk get in here. Or we make a liquid lock and pump it out. There's options. Well, we have water being made down here, so we can definitely send some water up. And can make a very temporary water liquid lock, can't we? Matter that it's only water. As long as there's a liquid there. We can put a pump just here. Ventilation. Or use a big one, might as well. That doesn't look right. Yeah, that. Doesn't need to be steel, but we'll need some steel over here anyway, so run that up to there and put a vent on it. I don't think it needs to be anything special, does it? No, probably not. Actually, that's probably a bad place to run it then, isn't it? Because you can run it this direction. Vent it just there. That's all that bit of pipe. And we can put power in. Large transformer can go right here. That down to there, ba-dum, like so. And we're just going to pile the water onto there, but I think we're going to... yeah, if I make it that height, we can always... Yeah, I know what we can do. Let's run the pipe. We'll use a normal pipe. Doesn't need to be a insulated one. Just run it straight down here and put a vent on the end. Vent, I don't mind if it's steel. It's fine. And we'll do that, and we'll come down with the ladder. That just gives you a little bit of insurance that if you overfill, it's not going to go out this way, it's going to go in this way. What we can do is snip that off. Oh, we're supposed to be filling this. Connect it to there. Cancel that off. Just temporarily. Link it across to here. Yeah. Priority. This little pipe here, please. And get it going. I don't think they can get in there though, can they? So let's priority these ladders on maximum. So that someone comes to build them. Oh, they can get in there, right? Yeah, of course it is. Right, but never mind. They're bringing stuff. So 2 vents should be easily able to take care of a gold mine, a gold volcano. We'll come back in properly later and put in sweepers and everything. I just want to get it running now. We'll have to put a proper liquid lock in of crude oil. Actually, let's have a look. Where does our crude come up? Our crude comes up from this pipe here. We could easily make this out of crude when that starts triggering. So let's deconstruct that bridge. Because we can use a proper crude oil. If we use crude oil, then we don't have to change it later. Yeah. Anything there? That carries on up. Yeah, that carries on round to where it's supposed to go. We'll just allow some of it to come around this way and give us a liquid lock. Excellent. And we don't need much just to get it started. So we can trick that into running soon. In which case, I want the pipe to go over this edge. No, go over this. Yeah, this edge. I want to be able to delete a pipe. Put a spot of pipe there. We'll put a couple there. That way we can delete those. They'll be full of crude oil, and that'll just drip there and give us an instant lock, and we can get cracking with the pump while we wait for the rest of the lock to fill up. Yeah. Priority. Do it. No power wire connected as well. We do need a power wire to connect to that. I think I'll use steel when we're there. Doesn't need to be steel inside the tile, but here it does. But I don't want it to... Well, if it starts pumping, it's just a waste of time, really. I'm not going to do anything. There's no liquid in here to do anything. So let's go down here. Trick this thing into starting to pump a little out for us. I know it's a bit early, and we want it to fill. Make the proper, entrance way. That's also a point. I want to do that there. That'll need a couple of ladders maybe or something to reach it. You can start pumping a little bit now. Yeah, we have crude oil coming out of here. Not ready for it yet. You just want a little bit to come out. We'll switch it back to above and that'll stop it. Yeah, we have crude coming out. Oh, it's being vented. Is that set to above? Yeah, I did. Woohoo! Filled with our gas, natural gas, more natural gas. That'll give us another form of power. We'll follow our little bit of crude up the pipe, all the way up there, all the way up to here. Snipperoo, snip it off. It all comes to us. And we'll just sort of just connect this around this way, I guess. And just if we connect it first, then it shouldn't stop flowing. Now we can get some liquid in this bit of pipe, so I can deconstruct the pipe. Where is it? Here comes the crude. Here comes the crude. And it'll be warming up the area or cooling down the area, depending on how hot it is outside. It is insulated pipe, but it's only igneous. These guys are good at making rock pipes, and they can also make rock fridges, which is quite amazing. Rock fridges. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Pull that up. Put it into our machine. How you doing, guys? We could start building sweepers in here, I guess. Yeah, let's put a sweeper in. Being auto sweeper. I wasn't going to bother doing that yet, but we might as well. I'm going to get this very edge. It does 9 tiles, but the steam turbines are 5 each, which is 10. So we'll probably brick this section up just here. Not all the way up, just these 2. But we'll only use these 9 for cycling this material around. I see the liquid approaching, and we will allow some of it to drip. And then we'll use the last couple driplets. There we go. Snipperoo. Snipperoo there. Snipperah. Snipperoo. Snipperah. Connect that through like so. Perfect. That can drip off. These 2 pipes can be deconstructed. Because technically this is not a liquid lock yet. This is still air tiles. Air can still get through here. There's nothing there. But if we destroy those 2 tiles, we're going to drip just here, and that will give us a liquid lock. Just a small one. And we'll send some more up to finish this lock properly. I wasn't going to bother doing a full-on, thing, but we might as well. Thank you. Can you do the other one as well? So now the pump can actually pump. Oh, yeah, it's too high pressure out here. That's an issue. Deconstruct that vent, and we'll put a high pressure one on. It's fine. Actually, I'd rather put the high pressure one over here, so we'll just thin that out to there, because I don't want the plastic landing in where the oil's going to be. Don't know how hot the oil will get. Probably not very hot at all. There we go, up and down and in and out, round and round. So we've also got to send some water into here, but we'll do that later. Worry about the petrol first. Let's get ourselves a high pressure vent just there. Oh, that went laggy, didn't it? Tricky. How you doing over there? Max is a bit bored. He's one that's trapped inside the base. He's not allowed out. So when he catches up with all these jobs, Yeah, I think we will put a little tamer on this this volcano. I'm not sure if I can do it though. It's not a baby volcano; it's a proper full-on volcano. So we'll see. We'll see. Might give us a bit of free igneous rock that we can feed to the hatches. Build it down. Could build the cooler directly onto it, onto the volcano, and run the material through that. Let's connect this wire to that, boom, like so. And then what do we want in here? We want a shipping conveyor loader. It's got to be in range of it, so it can't be there. Damn it. Have to be here. That's a bit weird. It'll be able to see this corner once this tile's done, but that's the tile that keeps the volcano from erupting until we're ready. I'll just pump this to a vacuum. It won't take long. 5 minutes. Not even that. So if we put if we put the loader there, we won't be able to reach it. So it's got to go here. Now, that's going to be weird. Why do they make them 9 tiles wide when the steam turbines are 5s? So let's do it like that. I want to go and remind myself how I laid it out. I believe I put the because I wanted it to keep moving. The first one we made was one of those stationary ones, and I didn't like it. It didn't really seem to be nice to me. I want to keep the material moving on the conveyor. Lots of ways of doing it, so no way is particularly right and wrong. Bit of copper there that can go. So let's buzz over here. Just mind my pen and scan. I apologise. Where is it? Yeah, this one. We made it big enough for one sweeper because we were only using the one steam turbine. And that fits in there quite nicely. So we have our conveyor shut off. Now let's change to that view. So we have our conveyor shut off here. Putting on there. Which blocks this. Means this never stops running. It doesn't jam up. If this decides to kick one out, it comes out here. We have the temperature sensor right underneath that. And it flows through there and we just wiggle it around inside the room. And yeah. That's basically what we built here. A little one steam turbine, power transformer thing, and all we did was run our cooling loop through here. Keep the vent cool. Should have run it all the way through over here. Keep this cool as well. But, that's all it needs is the small one. That's just enough to power all of this. If you wanted to make it self-powered, you could probably just stick a battery in here, and every time the volcano erupted, it would power itself just for a little while. But I actually wanted to get the power out of here as well, so we stuck a heavy watt thing and attached it. Just left the gas pump in here that made the vacuum. And that's nice. Okay, so it's a conveyor shut off, then the conveyor loader. Let's buzz back all the way over here. Now, I don't think we need 2 of those on here. You need the conveyor shut off, which needs to be made of steel. Then the conveyor loader, which also needs to be made of steel. They go like that. Then we want the shipping temperature sensor. Conveyor rail thermo sensor, that fella there, made of steel. Right there. We'll need to put a bit of automation wire on that. Steel. Pop into there like that. That'll just check the temperature, and if it's good enough, it will fire it out. Wherever it is, we're going to dump it. And if it's not cool enough, it'll just keep cycling around and round and round until the temperature. Then we'll make some conveyor rails. Nope, that's not conveyor rails. This is conveyor rails. I don't have to make these out of steel because it's only a gold one. But I'm going to. We've got the steel. We've got infinite supply of iron. So it's just the lime that's holding us back with steel production. So this goes into there and comes out of there, around here. I'm just going to wiggle this line around. I'm not going to go through that block again. That mistake. And into there. And this will be the kick out point. I don't know where that's going to go. That's changed to wolframite. Look. This is all wolframite. That was steel up to there. Okay, fair enough. Looks like we're not making any steel. Buzz back over and check out our lime situation of 0. Right. I have a thing to do over here. That of power, but this is eggshell, right? This should be set to eggshell. Oh, yeah. They were finding bits of meat and Pacu fillet. So I said, you might as well send it over there. And eggshell. Boom. Eggshell is now on the menu. Let's enable this building again. I disabled it because they were spending all their time running on it, doing anything. So they've built most of this. Do need to dig through here so they can carry on. Dig down there. Hopefully they won't get lost or stuck or anything. Some volcanoes to do. Yeah, we'll make that a 6 so that we get a bit of power. We will get some power eventually. We'll get this running. But we'll get a couple of solar panels on the end. And then we'll be good. Yeah. Then we won't come back out here because they'll all get irradiated and sick. George can run on there and that can start sending stuff. Oh, somebody's fleeing. Does that mean there's an issue in the poke shell room? Yeah, probably. Ah, he's getting attacked. Come on. Thought so. Come on, stop attacking him. We'll just attack you right in situ, mate, if we want. Stinky. We're going to attack this guy, the big one. They're not supposed to grow up in this room. Thanks, just move a minute, will you? Go up there. You're going to get attacked. Kill him. Now you should be good, because the big one's dead. Yeah, the babies should be wrangled out of here and put in here, or put in here. There, this is the one. The poke shell spawn should be put in here. That obviously means they haven't been doing their jobs and they've been busy doing other things. So they need to concentrate on their jobs a little more. So let's go to priorities for Stinky. Stinky. I know you're very useful, Stinks. You go around doing lots of things. You need to be concentrating on ranching, man. This other stuff. Let other people do all that, right? You concentrate on what you're good at, which is ranching. I'll leave tidying on a straight line so he can got something else to do. Should spend most of his time. Yeah, they're making sand. I think do they make sand when they eat it? Bit of sand up here as well. So they can sweep up the sand and put it in that deodorizer. It's right where all the polluted dirt lands from the other place. Let's come over here and see if anything's happening. Nothing much is occurring. They're fighting their way through. Let's make this a bit of a high priority. Come on, get this on the case. Let's get the show on the road. Stop messing around because these guys just died off. They got yeah, there was 2 in there. They didn't lay an egg, so I don't know. That's not charging this, and then that's not charging the base. Is it bedtime, lunchtime? Yeah, it's lunchtime already. Okay, fair enough. Might get a bit of power out of this guy. I think he's eaten everything. We'll have to dig another piece out. Feed him. Put a box in here and put some feeder in, couldn't we? Bit of feeder. Let's see if that works. If I dig any of this out, we've got to start messing around with the wires. They have to be hanging in the right places. Oh, there's a pink unitard. Now, do we put the pink unit? Yeah, let's put it in here. A pink unitard. Now, guess who's going to put that on? Shall we give it to George? What you got, George? You know, George got the confetti suit. Harold can have it. Harold wearing. He's got a snazzy. Yeah, let's give him that. Gonna do it? No. Perhaps they'll do it in the morning. Alright, so we're getting random bits of power, but not much from this guy. Yeah, he's only giving 40 watts, that's it. There's not even enough to put any juice in the battery. We'll come back, we'll be back. Alright, let's buzz back over to our situation at hand. Either somebody's carrying it over, so it says we don't have any. Somebody's actually bringing it. Why it's gone like that. Or we have actually sent it over the other side and we don't have any. Yeah, this situation will be remedied eventually. No gas is getting pumped out. That's good. No more oxygens. Want to send a bit more polluted up, crude up. Try and finish this liquid lock. Just enough to do the liquid lock. We'll trigger the sensor. I know we're not supposed to be doing that yet. I want to make this sort of like 3 high sort of thing, like that other one. We'll go there and there. Would mean that would have to. Oh yeah, we're better off backing this off then. Do another layer there. Doesn't matter how big this room is because it doesn't care how much pressure is in the room. You can just overpressure them massively, which we are doing. We're going to leave that until we're ready for it. How much do we need for this liquid lock? How much to pump out? Let's switch it now. Get rid of that. Deconstruct you. We can back that off by 1 and put another step there. Yeah, perfect. And this will fill up to this high, so it should get onto that step. We can trick it with the pipe again, like we did before. Woo woo! Oh, we can just use a bottle. No, I don't think there's any bottle empty to sweep up. There's no containers of crude anywhere. So we'll deconstruct, make sure we're on buildings. We don't do anything we shouldn't, and just do that bit there. That can go. Move the ladder in one, and then we'll brick that down. Make that like a staircase. Yeah, a staircase. Bring that down to there. Liquid pipage. The easiest way to do this. Quickest would be just to change that to liquid pipe. Normal pipe. And just sort of do that sort of thing. And then we can defer some of the crude over to this spot. Then just destroy those pipes and it will drip there. Just give us a blob there. All I want to make sure this lock is, better. At the moment, we were relying on this tiny little droplet here to hold all this natural gas back. If something was to happen to that, it was overheat or something, we lost our liquid. That's not. They need 2 space to stand in. They go 2 there, 2 there, and 2 there. That's fine. We can run through that. That was fast, wasn't it? We can do that, and then we can just connect that in. And just cancel those pipes so they don't actually build it. Let's go up and check on our liquid lock. Don't think I sent enough up to do it. But here it drips. How much have we got in this space? Now we definitely won't have enough to finish the liquid lock. We can send some more. I think crude oil is about 800 or something. 869 or something for crude oil. We definitely need another batch. Or at least finish this tile and flood into these. Yeah. Still pumping away, and this is definitely run out of steel then. Probably sent it to the other place. I reckon we probably did. There's a lot of polluted coming. Feed the hungry hippos. Aha! We're actually going to catch it in motion. For the first time ever, he got his head stuck. I want to see if this actually drops. Does he drop? Is he not dropping? Plop. There he goes. He plops in there, and if you click on him, you'll see his body temperature. You'll see that his body temperature is going up very slowly. He's getting cooked by this. This room is cooking him. So now that door closes, this one opens. And it comes in another one. Let's mop that bit of crude up, please. Yep, thank you. The noisy doors. So he just sits in here. That's why we did it in this room, because this is naturally hotter than 100. You don't have to make a room and heat it up or anything, because it's already hotter than 100. And they have a body temperature livable range up to 100. I click on their poke shell name there, the tag, it says livable range -30 to 100. Comfortable is 15 to 70, but they can only live up to 100. So you can cook them, basically. Yeah. Poor poke shell. That does imply that we're going to need 2 sweepers in here, because they can wander up and down. I didn't think of that. Unless we put something here, like a door that can withstand the heat. This. No, I don't know. We're running just a dribble in here, an extra 1,000 grams. Just to drip in here, just to try and keep this cool, because it does come out rather hot. Comes out at 326, which is too much for steel even. So that will cook that. That's how that's supposed to work. I've finally caught it on camera. So what we need is a sweeper or 2 in here and a what's it called? But obviously we're running out of steel, so I won't build it now. Actually, we can get rid of that auto sweeper, deconstruct it, because they'll manually run in. When he's cooked, he will turn into malt. They'll just pop. They don't give meat. They only change to malt. So once he's hot enough, he will die, turn into malt, and he's just absorbing temperature out of this crude oil. Which is why I built it there. That made sense to me at the time. Let's come back to here and go, oh dear, we don't have any steel. I'd rather build it out of steel, but we will have some steel very shortly when these pokey shells have died. There's a bit of steel there. You can have that. And we could technically destroy this one and just put blocks there. We don't need that to be a door. As long as they can walk back and forwards. We can deconstruct that one. That's just sat there to block them from coming up the top. We could have that steel back. Yeah, they're coming in grabbing that bit of steel, look. I mean, they can jump on top of this door when it closes if they're here. So we want to do this fairly soon. I'll put a block there to stop them being able to jump up when this door shuts. Now, when's it going to shut? We got a bit of time. We got a bit of time. Means I'll put some tiles across it. Sandstone tiles. There we go. Put that across there. Don't get your head caught, will you, when you come in here for this steel? See, he's jumped up the top. We'll brick that off. Hopefully he won't stay up the top. If one of them does, we'll just kill him. We'll do it manually instead of letting the machine do it. Get rid of this steel out of here. Worried that a dupe's going to be in there and get his head chomped. There should be no reason for a dupe to ever go in there, see, so you have to make sure that that never gets anything in it. Or you'd have to put like a dupe motion sensor so that it won't close if the dupe is there. Come on, because you can walk on open doors when they're sideways like that. Part of the game mechanic. Was there two there or just the one? Where did the other one go? Oh, it's there. Okay, fair enough. Once you've got a tile there, they can't jump up. There's nowhere else for them to go, but in here. Let's see matey boy here. 67.7. Yeah, he's absorbing the temperature nicely. We will be getting some steel. We may have to wait a little while for it to be created. We'll get our steel back from this pump. That can go. We'll get our steel back from this vent. That can go. Is it still active? Yeah, it's active. I will send a bit more crude up because I want to get the water flowing. Let's send some crude up. It's below 300 kilos. We'll send some. And that will also go into this kinky bit of pipe we put in so that we can drop a drip of crude down on the ladder. Kinky pipes. Game save. Some coffee. Morning coffee. Oops. Press something. Oh, there we go. Deconstruct you and deconstruct you, please. And this will pump around into this bit and we'll just send it straight up after that, and we'll just have 2 packets here that we keep. We've filled up 2.5 tanks now already. This is good. This is good. Loads of water. I'll get ready to I'll pause it a second. Nip. Nip. That's all we need. That can carry on up. It can just flow up. It'll take its turns and empty that bit of pipe, and we can destroy that. And let that crude carry on up. No need to snip it. Will do. Make sure we don't accidentally get anything else. There we go, perfect. Now put a little drip just here. There we go, there's a little drip gone there. That's made this a nice liquid lock now. I would like to move the... Oh, is that a vacuum? That's a vacuum, not a gas. Okay, good. I would like to move the power wire. I don't like it going up the stairs. I like it to be in the wall or something, you know? We could just do it like that, I suppose. Yeah, that's fine. And just get this bit back. Yeah, we'll do that right now. Actually, we don't need a gas pump in here, we're not using it. We'll destroy it. We'll put one in when we want one. That's got to be set to above 20,000. Yeah, so we'll take that steel back for that. While we're waiting to make some steel. Yeah, some of it's being made. It's alright. We're getting there. Have that bit of steel wire back as well. And also we've got to get rid of this pipe. Get rid of the piece pipe. There we go. You can go. Sweep up that plastic. I don't like that lying around. But anyway, this is going to be making heat and we'll need to cool it. So we're going to temporarily plumbing. Want a radiant liquid pipe. Make it out of, yeah, we'll make it gold. And it will come out, down, out, and out. There we go. And this one will go this way, down. And they'll both connect into the pipe, which means we should have made that pipe out of insulation. Let's come down here and turn that off, I think. Yeah. Don't want it pumping too much out. Probably too much, isn't it? But we'll just get what we need coming through. Once it fills this section, we'll send it on up where it's supposed to go. I want to sweep. Sweep, please. Cool. Get rid of all this junk out of here. Obsidian and stuff. Yeah, that should be just about to pop into a full tile and start filling up this space here. There we go. Liquid lock complete. I'll let it feed in whatever's left there. I'll snip that and send it on its merry way. That's it. That's done. This piece of pipe, once it's emptied out, can be just deconstructed. Beautiful. We're going to deconstruct that, deconstruct the liquid vent. And then liquid pipe wise, we're going to connect that upwards for now until we've got a cooling loop set. This, and we will snip that off. Guess we can keep that there because we'll need it for feeding water in, won't we? Yeah, we will, because we're going to have to bridge back over this again. Unless we stop it running. No. Just in case it runs when I'm not looking. Doesn't need to be obsidian. It can just be... We'll drop that into there. That will connect to that. So both of these will vent out to there. Now, when we've got a proper active cooling, we'll just send them both to there. Now both drip out there, and our cooling that we provide will do that. Probably put in a couple of bridges there then, to help the cooling get through. Yeah, that might be better. Our bridge, say, and there. And that will snip off. Should still run. Yeah, should still run. I'll run it right over here so that it can maybe keep this cool as well. Not cool, it will keep it at 95 degrees, so technically be keeping it hot. There you go. In this case, hot is better. We need power in here. So hopefully we've got a little bit of steel we can make something out of. Yeah, we do. Perfect. Hopefully they'll self-cool themselves for a little while before we put our active cooling in. And I want to just run this steel if we've got enough pieces. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Aha! Once that's built, we can probably plug that into it and we're done. Not going to go over there. Don't see any point. This will be like whatever temperature we want it to get down to, which I usually set to the temperature of a steam turbine. 125. So if it's below 125, yeah, activate that. And that means it kicks it out. We'll have to temporarily drop it somewhere for now. This is our crude oil pipe, right? Yeah. This is water going down here. We've got plenty of water down here now. We've nearly filled the third tank. So what I'm going to suggest... Oh, there's a bit of steel there. I won't sweep it because I'll take it all the way back and we need it kind of here. So what I think I'll do is I'll send some water up there now instead. We'll send it up here. It will jump over here and start filling up this room. Come on. Ugh. Oh, that's better. That was hard work. Cancel that. Don't build anything there. So we can get some water in here. How much water do we want in here? I think about 40 kilos or something. How much did we put in this one? Where are we? Yeah. That's about 60 kilos of steam pressure in this one. Yeah, whatever. So how wide is that room? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, perfect. Yeah, of course it is. It's 10 wide because there's 2 steam turbines, you muppet. Okay, so let's go. Let's build that faster, please. Crikey. So 10, 20, 30, 40. We're going to brick this up eventually, so. Put some in and see what happens. Right, this is the water pipe. Going to snip that off there and connect it upwards. Our water now from the filter system and the either the desalinator or water sieve, it doesn't matter which, it comes out as clean water. It'll be clean water, but if it had bacteria in either it, then it would be clean water with bacteria in, as opposed to polluted water. I think I will brick this bit up. Only to there. Just so that in case any gold gets that far. I don't think it would. It'll definitely just solidify right here. This thing will pick it up and put it here. So that's as far as it's likely to drop. But it can drop off if it does. It can drop off anywhere here. So we might as well do that. Ah, conveyor rails being built. Thank you. That's nice. Can you build this before this and that will be set to gold. Gold will be swept up whenever the sweeper sees some. We put into the conveyor loader, which will run round and round and round. It will have its temperature checked. And if it can't go through... Now, hang on. Don't we need a bridge? Yeah. If it can't go through, it's got to rejoin... Now, if it can go through, it comes out. But if it can't go through, it rejoins there, right? Right. So, snip. We want to make sure that's snipped off. We want to come under here. We can't see it until there. That one, where it comes out from. I want to cancel that. Don't build any of that. I want to make sure it's made of steel. Do we have enough steel to build it? Make sure it's snipped off. Snip, snip. Goes in there, around there, around there, around there, and it should just keep flowing. Round. Is that the right way to do it? Feels wrong somehow. We'll see. Because if it doesn't work... Oh, that jumped, didn't it? We'll make some iron ore up here. And just put a conveyor chute. Just temporarily just there, so we can get it going. How much water have we got in here? I'm going to say that's enough. I always overput way too much water in these things. We can always add more water. It's easier to add water than it is to take it away. It is fairly easy to take it away in the normal circumstance, but if you've bricked the machine up and blocked your entrance, it's a bit harder to add or to take water out than it is to add it. Hey there, Hotchie. How are ya doing? I am having a morning session, so I'm half asleep. Yeah, you lurk as much as you like. I like lurking. Lurking is good. Have a good shift at work. Right, good. So we've got a place to just chuck out to when they've finished building that. I shall. See you later. And we'll let's put a tile there. Yeah, they can still get up. They can still get in. Right. We will lose a little bit of steam when it gets over this end and drops on top of this crude. You've got 61 kilos per tile down here, so that's probably not enough. But I'm thinking it's at least ready to sort of dig this out and fire it up, because we've got to put another temp shift plate right there where that piece is, and we can't put it in until let's do it now. Someone will have to come and dig that out. Let's make that a very high priority, shall we? Usually I like to do these jobs as separate things. I'm not sure that's the right way of doing that. Let me just bars all the way back over here again. That goes on there. That leads out. Got to go through that. And in this case, this is on all the time. Feeds through there. And when it turns off, it actually fires out the piece. Yeah, so we've got it reversed, sort of thing. If it's too hot, the machine actually runs. The other way of doing it, nope, not that way. This way. Let's see. I want to see those rails. So right, it just leaves from there, from the white tile. So if this isn't running, it just comes out. Okay, we can do it that way. If this is running, right, yeah, okay, above. Okay, alright. I gotcha. Oh, my pen and scan. Don't make you dizzy. Way up. Right. Oh, don't go to lunch in the middle. Oh, Lindsay. That's it. Just set off the volcano and run away. Piece of granite there. Let's sweep that out before it gets too hot. Yeah, I think we need more water in here. That's going to be 60 kilos for one tile, and it's got to spread over 4. I think I panicked for no reason. Turn that off. Link that back. Come down hither. And yeah, I suppose you can do it both direct. No, snip it off. Put it up here. Thanks for finishing that. Gold volcano, analyze, get that done. This is actually wrong. How I've done that is actually, how I've done this bit is actually wrong. So, we can snip that, because underneath there is a piece conveyor rail, which we can deconstruct, because we can reuse that piece. And instead, it would come out here and go up. Yeah. When it's the right temperature, it would actually come out here. We're going to brick that in, I think, from inside. I want to leave it so it can... This last vent from the turbine can still work. It might as well. But it does mean that for a small amount of time... That's iron ore. I don't want to build it out of iron ore. That. Definitely want to build it out of steel in here. That can come one more. There's going to be a tile here and a tile here. So these two can be iron. They'll come down like that. Deconstruct those two. Wonderful. We've got more water coming in now. So there's a bit of steel there to build that with. They'll probably bring it with them anyway. If it's Above 125, then just keep running. I'll keep running round. Now we're going to make sure that that is actually connected properly. If that's not on, it will go this way. That's how I want it to work. It's like the reverse to how it should work. This is just, yeah, it's just idle. It's not actually, oh, he's going to get a lunch. Go on, Bubs. Go, 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 go. We've got 100 kilos per tile now. So that'll be, yeah, 20, 40, so 20 years, about, oh, you could be a little bit more pressure in there. Not too much. Let's go down the bottom and just snip that, and just whatever's in the pipe can go. The rest of it can carry on going down there. Actually, I'd rather the rest of it now went into these tanks for storage, rather than down there. There we go. There's enough storage here, I think, to pretty much store the rest of this. Mop that up. We are looking good to go. They're on a 9, but I think they've gone to break or something, so I'm going to do the same thing, and I will be right back. I am back, and that volcano is gonna blow. So let's get that connected. Cancel that off. Well, we can't break it up because Bubbles has got to finish examining it. And we'll just have to wait. See if we've got enough steam pressure. We will be breaking this two up and that one. We'll leave the liquid lock in situ in case we want to use it again. I'll probably do something along those lines. Tidy that up a bit. Uh-oh, it's erupting. This is gonna start getting hot for Bubbles. Look at this water getting hot. Woohoo! I don't want this running in a vacuum, but once this has turned to steam, it should be fine. But we could put one of those thermo sensors in here and say only run when there's at least sort of 200 degrees or something. Or you could put an atmo sensor in and say only run when there's an atmosphere. No matter what the atmosphere is, as long as there's a pressure of something. This water's going to start taking the temperature. And temp shift plate is built behind there. Yep, that's done. Is Bubbles going to come? This thing's like high priority, and Bubbles is, yeah, Bubbles is coming down. Well, it's, wow, it seems to be chucking out a lot of gold, 6.1 kilos per second. We want to cool this gold down and send it over to our, that's going to be a place to stand, isn't it, Bubbles? We might have to cancel that and tell you, well, it's done. That gold is pretty darn hot. Warming his water up. I'd like to try and get it done before, so we can brick this up before it turns to steam, but I don't think we're going to be able to. I think we're going to be able to. I think it might have stopped now anyway. Good, good, good. It got to 70 degrees. Some of this gold where Bubbles is standing is still 200 odd degrees. Look, crikey. 218, 270. It's passing its heat into this water. Get that steel out of here. Thank you very much. The reason this rail runs along the bottom is so that if there is any water, it should absorb that, put its heat into the water and make it turn back to steam. We could come right over the volcano. I don't think it would matter. It's only a gold one. But I think it's not going to turn to steam until next time, so that's good for us. Let's pop back over to heater. Ugh. We busted through here yet. Right, now we're going to carry our ladder up into space a little bit. We're going to carry our pipe up there. Our power wire. And then we should have some glass here to build some solar panels. We are just going to put... are we going to put two in? Are we going to put one either side or both like that? We'll put both like that. And we're going to put a tile. We don't have any plastic. Do we have plastic here? I don't think so. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll put a tile there. It might interfere with that a little bit. But I'm willing to do that. And a power wire. Does that go across like that? That does go like that. So there we go. We've got the glass. We sent some glass over. And because once they've dug through that, that's going to be pretty... they're going to have a lot of light radiation come down this ladder. So you look, mostly safe, barely safe. They've just got to run out here, build these, and then they're done. They've got free power for the rest of... until we get this place demolished and get everything done. Just to start off. So I'll make that tile pretty high priority, just so that while they're working up this ladder, we can maybe get a little bit of protection from the rays. How you doing, Bubbles? Nearly there, nearly there. Good job, Bubbles. Are you going to snatch your little data banks out as soon as they appear? Probably. No point cycling that gold through the vacuum because it won't lose any heat in a vacuum. It will lose heat as it goes through here. It won't lose any heat in a vacuum. Out you go. Right, let's brick this up. So that they can't get to that gold. I don't want them getting to that gold. I'm bricking it up not with a metal door because that will absorb a lot of heat and maybe pass it into the liquid lock. I don't want to do that. As long as we're sure that we made everything in here out of steel, so it's not going to, not going to melt or anything. Hopefully we've done this right, but if not, we can probably come in with the snipper tool. Make sure that is definitely connected under there. So if it's over 125 degrees, which is what a steam turbine can get it down to, and it'll just keep going round. Going round. And because the conveyor shut-off is before the conveyor loader, the conveyor loader can't put any more on because that will be blocked by the piece going through. So it will never stop running. Be constant. We'll even put a tile there. We'll leave the liquid lock. We'll leave it like that. There's 2 tiles there, two, and there won't be 2 here, so they can't get through. That also just leaves that steam vent open. Which does mean there's a failure point there, which could possibly mean that a piece could potentially drop off right here, off the rail. and then the sweeper can't get it. I think they're having problems with those guys again. Yeah, I think they're growing up in there, aren't they? Yeah, they're getting angry because they're growing up in that room and they're not supposed to. They're supposed to get wrangled out when it, immediately as soon as they grow up. So what's wrong? Have I set this up wrong? Supposed to be poke shell spawn. Auto wrangle surplus poke shell spawn. Not supposed to wait until they grow up. Put poke shell on there. Yeah, someone come and take him away and stop changing your mind. Yeah, they all went red then, but that sweeps the egg out. The egg's supposed to drop in here. Don't put polluted dirt in it. That gets the adult one out. As long as there's 6 in this room, they were put in here, but now they're carried up and they're placed here. And this guy is now 41 degrees, so the other one must have died. He must have done. Because this one's cooler than the other one was. This is how it's supposed to work, but it only works like this when you're actually feeding poke shells and they actually breed properly and lay eggs properly and it all works properly how it's supposed to work. We are sending eggshell over. A little bit coming. We're sending clay. We're dropping eggshell here. If any comes, it will drop here. They can snatch down, run off with it. Go back to Akita and check. These been done. Unreachable builds. Yeah, I know they are. We'll need to lay a couple of ladders underneath so they've got access. Do that, please. Then we'll have power coming to here. We'll have to set something up. Oh, Volpup. Let's go to the other place for that. We're not set up here for a Volpup. We are over here. Here's blueprint. We'll have that Volpup, please. Once it's delivered, click on it quick and wrangle it up. Someone should come pretty soon to grab that. Stinky, look at him, injured, mate. Hope that system works properly. Right, someone's got to get the job to pick that up and put it in here. Because this one is the only one that's set to shove voles and vol pups. I'm going to stop them going through that door there, because that's annoying now. You can go through the bottom bit. Excellent. So we changed this cell into half of the base part of the wind tunnel. And a little shovel farm, which should give us lots of meat now. It's 15 in here. Yeah, that'll be a lot of meat. Oh, there's some stuff to sweep up here. Bit of that. These guys are very hungry. No food to feed them. Oh, it's always putting in the hottest stuff it can find. Granite there at 42. Igneous at, yeah, very hot. So if I go onto that, I take off the igneous. And I set that to 46 just to get it moving out of the system. Should start getting some cooler materials through. Yeah, there's the granite coming through. Now once that igneous shifts out the way, Granite's 41. It's not exactly cool, but it is cooler than the thing that was blocking it. And there's a lot of it in here. So 5 tons of it there and another 20 tons of 40 degrees. There we go. That's better. Have we got any coolant flowing? No, that doesn't help either, does it? And we were going to run this through up here, weren't we? Ah, that was why I left those blank. I was going to put a gold pipe there. And they've done the bottom ones, but I didn't do that one properly. Yeah, they're ravenous. Look, they're going to eat that like crazy now. Then we can add that to the cooling loop. I did realise I did this weirdness because I didn't want to go through here. There's a loop, there's a water loop there anyway. So we just come straight through. Done with it. Oh well, it's done now. Messing around with it. So that's already done. That was fast, wasn't it? So let's cancel any overwrites. I don't want to overwrite it. No. And we can plug it into the system. There we go. Plugged in. It will now feed around there, cooling down any food on those parts and feed back into where it came out. All that will achieve is it will just use up a little bit extra water. Of our huge tank of water. Now this should be not working properly because they're overgrown and glum. So we're just going to come here and instead of sweeping them out or whatever, we're just going to murderize a couple and see how we go. We should just need to kill 3 of them, and they theoretically should be in a room. I don't think it's working correctly. Wow, look at them all coming in just to kill those. They're desperate for something to do, I think. That should now be down to 4, and this room should be the right size for 4. For some reason, they still say they're glum. They don't say overcrowded now. You're glum. Have something to eat. Get out of here. Go on, sod off. You have to hang around in here. Go the heck away. Oh, we'll give them something to sweep, I think. What have we got to sweep? Sweep that. Mop that area. Because it's always getting darned wet. Something up here. That's... Yeah, I think it's something up here that's doing it. There's ice up here that keeps melting and dripping down. Do you want to have a dig? Why don't you have a dig? Go on. You love a good dig. Let's put another ladder through there and dig some more of it out. I don't want to dig it too far down. So they can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Miscount 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and on the 8th we'll go across. Yeah, because if those meteors hit this, then yeah, it's not brilliant for us. Right. They can now theoretically dig out all of that as well. Yeah, I'd rather it hit itself, its own material, until we're ready to deal with it. There we go. That'll give them something to do. There's some snow and stuff in this side. Ah, that might also be where the water's coming from. We'll brick this in now. That'll do. Brick that in. That doesn't even need to be like that anymore. Yep. So that will come over there, and that should be protected because it's got a steel door there. But it could definitely come through here, and that would be where the water keeps coming from. Excellent. Nice to find a reason. So, please do that bit. Right, let's... No, how many times? 196 triggers. The system. Oh, I wish this would stop doing that weird movement. I don't have any coolant in here anymore. I think we'll just use polluted water. It's actually better in that sense. We could use this brine, send that up there, but I don't see the point in that. We would have to cross this to get there. Seems a bit ridiculous. That's all running. The water's filling up these tanks instead now, which is fine by me. We've got 3 full tanks down here to run. We're nowhere near overflowing yet. We didn't get any steam in here, so we're good. A bit of steel there, but that's fine. We'll leave it because we need it. Oh, this looks good. It's erupting again. Let's see if that can now push it over to 100 degrees and get some steam going. Now, if you put the conveyor shut off in line with the loader, when it fills the loader will put it onto the rail, which will come round here, check its temperature, and it will still be too hot for the first few goes round, so it will come out here and it will block where the loader is putting on, so it will always keep flowing and moving all the time. It doesn't just sit there. I mean, want it to sit there, it's just as well, you can. Oh, we got some steam now, look. Little bits flashed of steam. You didn't make that bit out of wolframite, you bleeding did. Oh well. Hopefully the gold won't spread that far and it'll always just drop right here. We got steam. It's multiplying. There we go. Temperature's going up of the steam, and I think that's it. It's finished. So finished its what we're gonna do now, I guess. Well, we'll wait for that steam, see if that's gonna any more of this is gonna go up. 160. So we can set this with refined metal gold. Doesn't have to be on a 9, it could be on a 1. Doesn't matter. That will start chunking out the gold onto the rail, which is 150 degrees. And it's already lost 20 odd degrees just down to here. Oh no, a rotten Pacu fillet. What am I going to do? As it comes around here, it's losing way too much temperature to run the steam turbines. But it should come around here. And this will detect the temperature of the item. Hang on, I clicked something wrong. And because it's cold enough, it's just going to put it out here. That's temporary. We're not going to leave it there. It's going to go off to the oxalite refinery. Drop into that room and automatically be fed into the oxalite machine. This was just to get it running. So if it's over 125, it will carry on round because it's so cool already. Getting put out there. Nice. We'll run that off somewhere. I might attach to one of the other lines that are going up that end. Rather than running a whole nother length of conveyor rail, we'll put it onto a rail, and then when we get over to the other end, we'll put a conveyor solid filter on it and filter out the gold and send it to the oxalite machine. Because we'll have a load of junk on that line and other stuff. There we go. That should work nicely. We will be providing it with cooling at a later time, but at the moment it's a self-cooling machine. We'll be using this later. I will snip that off there and there so it doesn't run that way. We'll run through here. Yes, it's 95 degrees, but that should be enough to keep this going for quite a while before we need to add any cooling to it. Now, we have a rail from here that already goes up, but it drops everything out just here, where they can reach it from in the base, or they can come and collect it from outside. And that is just for the polluted dirt to go off to the poke shells. So, with that in mind, we could put another filter here and use that same rail and add golder to it. So we could tap onto this line. That's not too far to go. That doesn't waste too much materials. That's from the other asteroid. That's from Heater. Heater. Oh, game save. Let's have a drink. So let's go up here and across and stick in another one of these guys. We'll probably need another one as well. Then that would feed into there and this will come out and just join that rail. And that will be gold. So the gold will go, all the materials will come up this way, go into here. If it's gold or if it's polluted dirt, it will carry on. And thank you, Mr. GK. I appreciate the follow. Thank you very much. And yeah, we'll have to power that. We'll just take it off the main line here. That seems rather convenient. And then it'll carry on here with the polluted. We got full of the line. I get confused. There's too many lines. Right, it comes along here, goes under there, and then it goes to here where it gets fed to the poke shells. But what we want to do, take it here. So where does it come off? It comes up here, comes around here, and under here. Well, it'd probably just be just as easy to filter it here and send it up the rest of the way and drop it in there. Yeah, I think so. But we'll have to have a second filter, unfortunately. Right here. Somewhere here, anyway. Big filter. Solid filter. I don't want to put it there because that's where another power thing will go. So we'll probably go a little bit higher. Yeah, like that. So then that will come into there, like so. And carry on out down there, like so. And this will be our... Oh no, don't go into there. And it's got to come across into the gold room. Well, I guess it will be a gold room when it's done. Boom. There's a little bit of clay coming from the other end of the map. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah. It goes up there like that. And they can't reach this. See how it's greyed out a bit? This is all reachable, but this isn't. There's a ladder there, but they can't reach the ladder. So that will make that work. And we'll have to set this one. This is why I don't attach them straight away. You've got to remember to come back and set them. We'll need some power onto that. And we'll just take that directly from here. Nice bit of lead. Delicious lead. So our, if it's gold, it will get filtered out here. Which means the only other material that will be on the line at this point will be polluted dirt. And it will carry on down to where it's supposed to go. And feed these guys. Keep these guys happy. And let's go over there and check. Oh, they're all in the soup now. Look at them. Wandering up and down. Getting hot. His body temperature is 92. What's yours? Yours is 92. Yours is 93. Yours is 92. Yours is 92. So this guy's 93. He's going to pop the soonest. There, he's getting there. He's 94.1. Oh no. We're just using the temperature of this leaky oil fisher that comes out at like 300 degrees. We are adding to it to cool it down a bit so our pump doesn't break again. He's now on 95 degrees. He's absorbing the heat out of this crude oil. Those doors are really noisy, aren't they? Crikey. They take a while to open. 96.7. Shut up, noisy door. There's nobody to drop in this time. They're already in the soup. Not the sort of soup you'd want to take a bathe in. 97.8. He's getting there. It allows a bit of leeway, this game, so it might... livable range is 100, but I think he's got to get to like 101, 102 before he'll actually cook. Oh, that sounds terrible, doesn't it? Before he'll cook. Well, he's some kind of crabfish. So, yeah, he's going to cook in a minute. Let's see if we can see him when he does. There he goes. He's walking backwards and forwards. It's a bit dark in there. Hopefully he won't be inside one of the others when he pops. There he goes. 100.4. He's up. Oh, there he goes. He's evolved as well. He's going to evolve too. Oh, sorry, little. Oh no. 100.5. Oh, he's evolved, and so did he. There they are. All automatically evolved. I was going to build a petrol tank to hit and heat it up with one of those tepidizer things that we put. Where did we put it? Oh, in here. Yeah, because this was so cold it was bursting the pipes. So we put a tepidizer in just to warm it up a little bit so it didn't burst in the pipes. But yeah, actually, I was going to deconstruct this layer first. Get rid of that. We're going to come out a bit further, so yeah, we'll deconstruct right out to there, I think. No power wires in there or anything, is there? No, nothing important. No, good. We're not destroying anything we shouldn't be. So let's add our bit of iron ore conveyor rail to... Ah, it's the ladder, right? Right. We can connect to that. Are you going to erupt again? We've got no steam power. Come on. I think it might be a bit overkill for this poor little gold volcano. We're going to do something similar to this on this volcano. We're going to try it. I don't know if it'll work. Unreachable food. What's the matter, Bubbles? Uh-oh. Bubbles, what did you do? Oh, no. Yeah, okay. Oh, we're in trouble here. How do we get Bubbles out? Let's, think we can get there. We can get there. That needs to be super high priority, please. And that one needs to be super high. Yeah, I don't even know if Bubbles can get over there. Yeah, she can jump up there. You jump onto that from there? That's probably how she got here. Come on, somebody. Oh, Bubbles is stuck. Oh, I gotta rescue her. Yeah, I know. It's all right, Bubs. Don't panic. We're on the case. We're on the case. Come on. Yeah, they've popped out of this tube here. Run up this way. Hang on. Come on. Somebody now come and do this one. We probably need another one done. Yeah, do that one as well. Oh, I know. You're hungry, aren't you? You coming over to help? Yes, you are. And you're out, aren't you? Can you do that? Yes, you can. Goodbye. Bye, Bubs. All this system is a little conveyor loader full of regolith. And this just deposits 5 units a day. I don't know if 5 units is even enough. There's 62 kilos in there. Even 5 units is enough. That keeps the dupes from running in here getting tiny amounts of clay every 10 seconds. Sweeper does it. We put a whole conveyor out just for this sweeper to send a tiny bit of clay back every once in a while. It keeps going. It keeps going. Priority. Let's do everything on a 9 as usual. No, we're doing it on a 7. Okay. So got to set this one to... Uh-oh. Yellow alert. What did I leave on a yellow alert? Oh, that... Okay, fair enough. There is an egg. I want that egg. I do not take the shovels. If I find a shovel living around here, I'll just kill it. Sounds a bit mean, but they've been eating the regolith and stuff. And if you put them in your, like, tank that's in your base, if you've got one in your base, like this thing, and you put an actual shovel in there that's been eating, he will cough up a piece of dirt right there or something, and everyone will escape, all of them. They'll all leave through that tile. That's very annoying. This has been running for ages. Just on that little patch of slime we put in earlier. So we've got to make another copper volcano tamer down there. Aha! This is looking good. Starting to get to the right heights. We can actually start pumping out some crude. And we'll have 3 of them pumping into that tank. Tank is up here. It is increasing very, very slowly. It was full right up to here somewhere. You can see there's crude on there. Even just running at 5,000. This is actually just perfect. It's just running smoothly. And it's filling up still. That's how many times this door has been triggered by the system. Not as the wrong button. This one. Looks complicated, but I just figured it out how to use these numbers to get an idea. So every time I come back, I can see just how many times the system is triggered. So we take a temperature of the petroleum right here, and that controls this door to draw more heat across. And we take a separate one now. We came in and did some surgery to the machine while it was running. We added a little with a blob of petroleum on it, so it turned to sour gas. You can't see it, but there is sour gas there. Pink glow in the background there. You can see the sour gas. And that sends a signal. If that gets too cold for too long, sends a signal up here. That's a 20-second timer. This was going to be for an extended one, just in case, the backup, in case it doesn't get some heat for some reason. So it counts 20 seconds. If that's too cold for too long, it will trigger this. This looks complicated, but all it is a pulse generator. And it sets a pulse. In this case, I've got it set to 0.6 seconds. I've got to have a check actually and see if that's too long now, because there's a lot of pressure here. And that's how long this door will open. 0.6 sessions. Every time it sends a signal to open the door, it also sends a signal to the clock thing and adds one to the timer setting. It adds one to this. If that gets to 10, it adds one to that. And if that gets to 10, it adds one to that. That's totally unnecessary and nothing to do with it. Don't let it distract you. This generates the pulse, which opens the door. When the door opens, a certain amount of magma can drop in. We want to make sure that that amount of magma is less than 1 tile's worth. Now, there used to be some up here that I could click on, but yeah, igneous rock. Magma turns into igneous rock. So 1695, so roughly that sort of amount. You want to make sure that whatever drops in here is less than a tile's worth, so it can never form a tile. You don't want a tile in here, that'll break the machine. And then you just have a door that opens and closes to sandwich the crumb of hot igneous inside the door when it opens again. So we've got it set to 32 seconds total. And this one's set to 32 seconds, but it's got 30 seconds closed, 2 seconds open. This one's got 29 seconds closed and 3 seconds open. That's on purpose to make sure that top door closes first. Let's see what temperature this is. There's actually 3 stacks there now. So the first stack is at 691 degrees, the second stack is at 716 degrees, and the third stack is at 783. I don't know how it decides which stack it's going to add some igneous to, but it decides. And then the top door closes first because I was just using this door and a door there. But you kept getting the piece of igneous sitting on the top, which is wrong. You don't want that. It needs to be held inside the door and jammed in. So if you shut a door above it a fraction of a second before that one closes, then that one will it has to stay in there. It's got nowhere else to go. We won't be lucky enough to see this trigger. I've come past here many times and rarely ever see it trigger because it's so hot. It doesn't put that much. That's down to 400, which we've got that set to 404. Every time that gets a bit too cold, it shuts the door, draws some more heat across and opens the door again. Doesn't need to do it very often. It's so efficient. It's really good. The combination of Francis John's petroleum boiler, this section is, that whole piece there, but the door bit is like my own kind of weird invention. See, there's a crumb on the top. That happens every now and again. But by having this extra one here, every 9 seconds on the 10th second, that door just randomly, well, not randomly, every 10 seconds it opens and closes for a second. That just keeps going, keeps doing that all the time, never stops. This door is in unison with the one below. This timer is in time with that one. And that helps to make sure it just stays in there. It's nice and hot. Squeezes all the lovely temperature out of it. Yeah, obviously this door's going to get hot too, but never mind. And it doesn't matter when the magma drops. These don't care. They just do their thing all the time, 24 hours. Every time you're playing, all the time, it's just opening and closing all the time. Doesn't matter when the magma drops in, as long as you're not dropping too much magma in that could form a tile, and it doesn't matter. These doors are both open, the magma will drop right to the bottom, and when the door closes, it will turn into a crumb, or whatever you want to call it, a little piece, little triangle piece of magma, of igneous. If it drops on top of the door, because it's not enough to form a tile, it'll still do the same thing. As soon as it cools down, it'll turn into a little triangle piece. So it doesn't matter. And the door can be open, closed, both can be open, doesn't matter. Still runs. I don't think we're going to see it trigger though. Still on set 673 and that's set to 630. And the good thing about these machines is the longer they run for, the more efficient they become, because everything starts to warm up. You know how difficult it is to warm up a insulated tile, especially an obsidian one. This one is 264.1. Probably still going up very, very slowly. And as it does, the machine just gets more and more efficient. So we're pumping only 5 kilos per second into that. We've already made all this petroleum. And we've already made more than that because we've been sending it up here. These are just to supplement our power from down below. This one's always running. I did have smart batteries to each one, which I still have, but this one I just run all the time anyway, just to burn off some of the petroleum. And then these two, these all kick in. It's supposed to be 90, 80. If it gets down to 70, that one kicks in. If it gets down to 60, that one kicks in, and 50 and 40. So if it gets down to 40% full, all of them will be running for a little while just to help boost the power. To do it, I think. Let's keep coming in here, and now we can run another layer down there. Coming from this side here. Right the way down to there. Perfect. We're going to stand on this ladder to reach all of that. This is where our old spawn was, the oxygen maker. But we have changed our oxygen maker to this design, which is much better. Won't be going back to those old ones anymore. Oh, this is... let's change it again. Yeah, look at that. 10,000 kilos of oxygen per tile in here. And this side is 2,469 kilos of hydrogen per tile. This one is, they're all running, but it still produces with 4 of them, just a bit more than 6 pumps can actually extract. So I could actually strap on another bit and put some more pumps in to extract oxygen. But I like the fact that it's going up and up and up. What we're probably going to end up doing is building another one, a smaller one over here. And we can then use the bigger one for our hydrogen and liquid hydrogen, liquid oxygen program later on when we have more space stuff. And this has been a total waste of time, I think. It's supposed to make some diamonds, but it's that radiation lamp is so inefficient. It's terrible. We've got a bit of diamond there. I think they've been running in, grabbing them when I want to make diamond temp shift plates in things. Big sealed mushroom farm. Yeah, I think that's a bit of overkill for a gold volcano. But I also think that I like the design of it, so we might reuse that on this volcano. I'm not sure if it'll work on a volcano, but I guess we're going to find out. That won't be right now, though. That'll be some point in the future. Right, let's see. This has been made. This goes up to here. That's powered now. Filter not specified. Well, let's specify it then. We need refined metal. Gold. There'll be gold in them there hills. So now it's got to come into there instead. Snip that off. Hi. Hi. They're just zooming past in their pipe. Make sure that is connected. It's difficult to see, but yeah, that's definitely connected. The output is still here. They can reach that from the ladder. It drops just there. So we can send things from the other place and drop them here. And the game's just saving. Quick drink. It was saving on a daily basis, but now it's saving every 2 days. It still feels just as frequent. Right, here we go. Right. So if it's gold, it comes off. And if it's polluted dirt from the other place, it comes off. Anything should come through here. And if it's neither of those, it will drop there. Comes along. Up. Along here. A bit of a convoluted route. And then it comes to there. Ah, here's the problem. We've got to build that tile there. Let's put a ladder in. Worth running through when you make a thing like this, and you want to just double check that everything's set up correctly. That now can be set also to gold. Unfortunately, because we're reusing this conveyor rail that's for something else, we've got to filter out what we want to put on it, and then we've got to filter out what we want to remove when it gets to that point. We need 2 filters on here. We're going to come and build this ladder. Ruby's coming. Come on, Ruby. Come on, Ruby. There we go. Here she is. And then that is now reachable. So someone can come and build that for me. Camille's got the job. Come on, Camille. And that's where the clay comes and drops down right next to the kilns. There's a bit coming now. A bit of clay. Saves the duplicants having anything to do with it. Are you going to put it in the box, are you? Well, no. Don't put it in the box. They can put clay into this box. And the sweeper can reach through the door to reach it. And then also clay drops in from above. Might make us a little bit. Right, so is that done yet? No. Ian, come on, I thought Camille was doing it. Ah, it's looking a bit chaotic in here. I love it. Chaotic mess of deliciousness. Connect that up to there. That one can now be snipped off. And all that is if there's gold on here, it comes up here, jumps there, and jumps there and lands right in our room where our oxalite is made. There's already a tank in here. Been making oxalite for ages. There's 5 tons there and another 2 stacks of 25 tons. And that is our overspare oxygen that gets sent up here. It's the overpressured stuff. If it can't fit in the tanks or it can't fit in the base, whatever reason, comes up there and gets fed into that. So, yeah. This is also our pressure release, because when we built this, it got so high pressure, the dupes were getting popped eardrums all the time. Put a couple of pumps in. And, yeah, if you're going to build one of these, it's nice, it's awesome. Don't build it right by your your Atmo suit entrance, because every single dupe that leaves will get popped eardrums. Never mind. We fixed it with these pumps. Let's pop back to heater. We'll have a bit of no, we won't have lime here. We'll have the lime on Lavini. We'll have the lime just here, please. Oh. Here's the blueprint. Lime, yeah, definitely. Thank you very much. Right, let's cut back to the heater and see what's going on. We should have a couple of solar panels installed now. We do. That will be just enough for what these guys need. So we're going to stick in a large power transformer right here. We should have some materials to make it from. Make it out of nice, delicious lead for now. Pop that into there. And then we'll have a wire, power wire coming out. Still make that out of lead. We might need to send over another batch of lead because that costs quite a lot of lead building this. Rather indirect route. That just means they've got nothing to feed, I guess. Come over to there, drop down here. And then we can start taking over these wires and things. You, sir, can stable that building. I love your suit. It really, really suits you. It's really nice. What is it? I've forgotten. The bio. What are you? Clothing, pink unitard. Yeah, it's lovely. Absolutely suits you. These are all set to polluted dirt. So whenever I dig up polluted dirt, they should go and get it. Or if any of these fish drop some polluted dirt. This guy was giving us power, but it's just not giving us any. There is a feeder. I did put a feeder in there. So, plug slug. But we're going to give you a bit of cobalt. Could just chop a piece off the roof. Nearly eat that. Right, so this needs to come straight across here. Let's go. You got enough lead to build all this? Yeah, apparently so. You shouldn't need to run on that wheel anymore. I'll just snip that off, I think. Then we can finally get the proper toilets running for them. Yeah, they'll be happy with that. And I want to run because this has got toilet water put in it, and look at the germs in here. Oh my god. I want to try maybe putting a glass wall here. Something, maybe a glass wall or something, and one of those radiation lamps. I don't know if it'll work. I just want to try it. Stick a radiation lamp on the wall. Do they work underwater? I guess we'll find out. Just kind of like deconstruct that. Put it there. Shine it into the water. And then the dupes can, they've got access to a little bit of there's sulfur and rust there, but they can get to the uranium all there. And there's a couple of bits in here we can dig out as well. Seems wasteful, but I just want to see if it'll work. Just interested. Because normally you've got to put it in a tank and then put a bit of chlorine around the tank. That'll kill the germs. We'll get down here and carbon dioxide vent. Oh, I think I saw that before. I've got vague memories of that. But we're just dropping all their food in here because it's like pretty deep freeze. And he wants some lead. He has to go and get it from there, though. So it's a bit of a hike. But he's got his nice pink suit on, so he should be happy. Yeah, if you build this bit first, that might actually help you a bit better. Right, because I'm not going to be watching all the time. I'm going to be over here doing things. Wow, this thing seems to be running now. Drops it down there, picks it up, puts it in here. Depending on how big your rail is and how big the room is, it can block this up. By doing it this way with the conveyor shut off just before the loader, can't actually jam up the rail with too much stuff. This thing does put out a lot. 6.1 kilos a second when it's erupting. Pretty much. And it erupts for, what, 85 seconds or something? Yeah, that's a lot. Now, if you just had that going straight into there, this would stop and jam up. I'm going to turn that volume down. It won't affect your volume, but it'll affect mine, I think. So yeah, that makes it keep running. It doesn't stop running. Because there's always a piece on this tile here, so it can't put any more down, so it stays in there and it keeps it flowing. It's nice. And when that gets to the right temperature, that turns off, so it flows out this way. I want to double check. Hang on, let's run up here, make sure everything is definitely connected and set up. That's set to gold, that's set to polluted dirt. It comes up here, my scan, or it follows along here, and it's set to gold, and that goes down there, and that comes up. Comes up there. Oh, yeah, perfect. Everything's all set up. I'm on pan and scan. Do apologise. Right, we could drop some of this into a liquid, do a similar thing to... Where is it? Here. Well, you know what I'm thinking. Why don't we add to that? It makes sense because this is already pre-cooled. It's got a cooling loop running through it. Pre-chilled by nice minus 10 degree brine. Can we get to it to do it without busting our... This is a vacuum, so... But I don't think it's a vacuum in here. No, there's loads of gases in it. We can try and sneak through into there if we have to. Yeah, we could just tap to this line here. That's even better, because then it gets cooled. Before it's flown out. But then it'll be dropped here. That's no good. But that's easy because we've got the solid filter here. We can definitely sort of filter out the put it in here and out here. So if it's gold, it will go where it's supposed to go, where we've set it up to go. And if it's what is it? Iron. That's an iron volcano. So if it's iron, we'd have to have another filter for iron. Put the iron back on this line again. That is a possibility. Instead of having that there, we could have it here, pointing down. Just put the gold back on this line. Yeah. I like the idea of that. How are we going to get onto it? Right, we're going to have to put a ladder here. Sometimes you do all these things and then you have a another idea. Seems a bit better than the first one. Actually, I'm going to move that over. There, so cancel. Yeah, we put all that in, and you could see that as, oh, what a waste of time that was. But no, I think sometimes when you look, like you see it from a different perspective sometimes. You think, yeah, that's a good idea. That's steel. So, yeah, we've got a bit of steel now, but we're going to still use iron just for this bit because it doesn't have to be anything special. So that is to put the gold. That will also put whatever he sends as well over. That would make things a little bit awkward unless we move the filter. Put another filter here. I don't like the idea of too many filters. They cost power. But I do like the idea of just dropping it into this cooling thing that's already there. That makes sense to me. We'd have to put one of those there to add the gold to it. I don't want to add everything to it because I don't know what we're going to send. Yeah, we'd have to have a second one. Ugh, great. Yeah, you're going to have to go there, pal. That. I just think it makes sense. It's already there. It's a cooling thing. Because this is going to come out at 125 degrees, right? Right. That's hot. Yeah. Coming out there at 125. I'm getting dropped just here at the moment. That little piece. They quite often get this weird thing where you get one piece with like micrograms of whatever the material is, gold in this case. It's too small for this to even detect the temperature on it, so it just keeps going round and round forever until the thing erupts again. So yeah, we're going to have a slight detour. We're going to have to add gold to this. I think it's worth paying the extra power costs. They won't be running constantly. That'll be set to gold. Oh, not connected, but it will be soon. Then we'll have to filter gold out of this line and attach it to this. So we were going to send it. So instead of that running there, we could kind of maybe keep it in situ. Yeah. Now how are we going to do this without having to rebuild it? The iron and the gold will come down here. Go in this one. And if it's gold, it will go to that one. And if it's iron, it's got to come out here and go back onto this line, right? Right. Uh-oh. Game saving. No. Just lagging. I'm going to need a new computer to finish this series. Right. So we need to snip that off there. Make sure that is snipped. It's hard to see, but you can usually just see it if it's connected. So that will go up there. And if it's gold, it'll get put back onto this line. That saves us even moving the... I can hear someone snoring. Copper ore, right there. You can go there. So that keeps that. We don't have to remove it then. So that will come down. If it's gold, it'll go that way. And if it's not gold, it'll go back on this line and go off to the smelters. It's needed. That's been put in since pretty early in the game. Or I was playing around with these, trying to get this to run smoothly without constantly stopping. There's another micrograms running around here. So it gets dropped in this tank of crude, cooled down to a certain temperature. Once it reaches that temperature, the sweeper will activate, sweep it into there, and it will come down here. So we'll have to add gold to this sweeper. It's already got some things on it that were dropped in there earlier just to clean it out, but we'll add gold to it now. That'll help to cool it down. And it runs by this sensor, rail element sensor. We may have to add a second one then, mightn't we? Yeah, because that's only set to iron. That's not going to actually trigger it. Cool, it'll drop in here and get swept immediately straight out. We'll worry about that later. I want to just get this set up. Modify things later on. There you go. I love how this game develops over time and you start build one thing, then build another thing, and then build another thing, and then build another. And then you have to try and combine all the things you built. Make one useful device. Make sure we cancel any random builds we may have done. Yeah, so we'll have to come in here, I think, and add another conveyor rail element sensor, because you can't set them just for all refined metals. It doesn't work. You can't do it. You pick which refined metal. And this system works by, it senses when the last piece comes out and that's a timer running. Is on the automation here. It gives it 90 seconds to cool down before it sweeps it out. It turns that off. But all the rest of the time it's enabled, which means as soon as the gold drops in here, it's going to get swept out. Which is not good for now, but I'm sure we can arrange something a bit later. Come in from above, probably put this conveyor rail into here as well and have another one of these rail sensors, but for gold instead. So it'll also trigger the system. We can't come in from below, we'll let all the crude out. I hope I explained that clearly. That rail sensor, every time another piece comes through, it re-triggers this again, so it won't actually kick in until the last piece comes through. And that whole eruption of the volcano. And then it will tick down to 90 seconds, and then it'll activate the sweep. replace that piece. Deconstruct that ladder, and we'll come down here and see that our gold volcano is probably on dormant in the time it's taken me to do that. Hit that. Connect it. Perfect. There you go. No more conveyor chute. Get rid of you. There is a bit of gold there, but hey, whenever we use gold, they'll come and get it. Actually, yeah, there is gold. I thought they'd taken it already. So we'll have to come back and check on that when it erupts. Nearly pumped out all of this. That's nice. Yep. It doesn't care whether it's brine or polluted or clean water. It'll just run through this system and come out as clean water, whatever it is. And we'll send that and feed that to our oil well. It's now filling up nicely. Yep. We're getting there. Starting to get to the point where it's going to add to that tank. Crude. Excellent. I want that to happen sooner rather than later. And if we've got the steel back now, I'd like to replace that gas pump we took. Borrowed the steel from it. There we go. This thing should be very close to erupting. Pumping out some crude. We're going to let the gases out. Woo! Look at the pressure in here now. 9.7. It just doesn't care. It'll just let it out. That gives us yet another source of power to make something with. We'll have to find an area to make a nice big space here now. Because it'll make a lot of polluted water as well. We use the natural generators. Game saving again. There we go. I'm not building that today, but yeah, we want to get another copper volcano tamer done at some point. We've already got one. Get another one. I don't want putting the priority of that up. He's building it anyway. Thanks, Liam. As long as you put your temp shift plate right there over that oil well vent thing, and you submerge the machine in crude oil, you won't get the water boiling in the pipe. At the moment that water's 80 degrees and it's going up all the time he's venting. The other way you can make them vent it more frequently by changing this percentage here. I just leave it on the default 75%. Seems to be good. Also depends on the temperature of the water you're putting in. If the water you're putting in is pretty hot, and if you push it to over 100, you can have problems because it will make steam inside the oil well. If you ever keep getting steam or water in there and you're wondering where the water's coming from, it's because of that. Now the water can carry on flowing and nothing turned to steam, so it's all just gas or liquid. There's no water. It doesn't matter how bad the duplicant is with their machinery skill. As long as you put one there on temp shift plate and you fill the thing up with as much crude as you can, that level. When that reaches the 300, it will pump some out. I might add a little bit of automation to that, with a buffer gate. Buffer gate goes green and stays green for a bit longer after it's gone red. So filter gate only goes green after it's had a long enough signal, which is not the one I want. Put a little dot of wire there, and then when that's built we can add that to this and just make sure that whenever it pumps for say 20 seconds. So it doesn't just keep pumping tiny little amounts all the time. It doesn't really matter. It can pump tiny little amounts and it'll still add up to the right amount because it produces 333 grams per second. But instead of it pumping it out at 333 grams per second, it pumps 10k packs for like 2 or 3 pumps and then stops. It can be quite annoying. So putting this in just means that it pumps out, say, a decent little amount. You don't want too much, at least like 5 or 10 seconds. So we can come to that. Oh, wrong button. That one. We can say run for, say, 10 seconds. When you're going to run for 10 seconds. And then we can connect. Get that automation off. Connect it in there. Now when it triggers, it will trigger for a little bit of time rather than, you know, just instantly stopping after 2 or 3 pumps. It'll take a bit longer between each time it pumps, but it will pump a decent bit out. Which will go all the way up here. How are we doing for our tanks? No, we're good. Come all the way up here. There is a bit already in the pipe on its way. Come all the way along there and just join this tank. Beautiful. That level is definitely going up again. So we'll be able to speed up this to full speed eventually. We'll be able to put it on maximum. Is 1 pipe full, 10k packets. We've already made all of this petroleum plus what's been burned off in these. But yeah, on 200 now. 200 times this door is triggered. Keep missing it when it does. This needs rebuilding. This is defunct. It doesn't even run anymore. Emptied it out. Need to dig some end tiles and get back into this system. So we can give it a bit of TLC. We'll probably just use polluted water in it instead, because I just tapped into the petrol line and added that to the loop, which was a big mistake. Shouldn't have done that. Using petrol to cool petrol. That thing's supposed to be providing power to something. Oh, it was powering on. It was this. Was actually putting power back onto the spine through that. Kind of reversed. So we were actually gaining a little bit of power back out of that running. Keep the petroleum cool. It'd be nice to cool it in the end. Water. It's crude oil fall in there. So we need to sort of come into here. Put a ladder somewhere where we can reach down and put another piece of conveyor rail. Needs one of those. Another piece of conveyor rail. And we can just use the clipping tool to set it. The one that's in the game now, the disconnect. Snip that off and run it through there instead of this way. That way if it's gold, it'll trigger the system, and if it's iron, it'll trigger. But that is it for this session. I will be back after lunch. This is starting to work better now, although they're not supposed to be growing up in here. We better make them get wrangled out. Set to auto wrangle any critters, so any poke shell or spoke shell spawn. They're not supposed to be in there so long they grow up. Gotta fix that because Stinky keeps getting injured. Oh, stinks. Yeah, clobber. Poke shell. Wrangle. Just wrangle him, Poke. That stinks. Don't keep trying to catch him. Keep attacking you every time. So. Watch this guy before I go. Temperature are you? 44. It will take a while before you all go. But I thank you for watching. And if you're watching this on YouTube later on, I'd appreciate a like or a subscribe if you can. Thank you for coming. Catch ya later.